All right, frustrating way to lose and frustrating way to start your Monday, pretty much. Eagles lose 27-24 to Detroit. 2 weeks in a row, they are 2 passes away, one in each game, from winning the game, and basically 2 weeks and 2 passes away from being 3-0. Which is super frustrating, and really can't really dwell on what happened too much in this game. We kind of let the Atlanta loss sulk in and soak in all week last week, but we really don't have time. The team doesn't have time to let that sink in because the Eagles play another game on Thursday. I actually like that they play a game that quick and that quick of a turnaround. They kind of got to get ready. They got to go through basically a couple walkthroughs and get on a plane and go out to Green Bay and go play football again. And the best way to kind of wipe out a negative, and the only way to cancel out a negative is a positive, obviously. And the only way to get that bad taste in your mouth is to go and play a 3-0 Green Bay Packers team and beat them. I mean, we're desperate. I really don't want to see this team fall to 1-3. If we do, I don't think the season's over. I think the division becomes out of question. I think Dallas is a very, very easy schedule to start the season, and they could easily be, looking at 5-1. They've played basically the 3 worst teams in the NFL. They look great. I'm not taking anything away from them. As we've seen, there's a ton of parity in the league, and all of our games have been very, very close within one score. So I'm not ready to write the Eagles off yet. I've seen teams get in check this past week. I've seen teams get blown out. I saw, I think the Packers kind of controlled Denver. Minnesota controlled Oakland. We have these teams. I think maybe last year was it Tampa started 3-0, 4-0. Carolina started 3-0, 4-0. Collapsed. Didn't even make the postseason last year. We saw the Saints win with the backup quarterback. Drew Brees could come back mid-season at some point. So if they can hang on and win a couple games with the backup, they'll be in the mix there. I think there's going to be a lot of teams in the mix. If you look at the way the standings break out just as a conference thing, there's 3-4 teams at the top. Packers, kind of the likes of the Cowboys, things like that at the top. Rams with no losses yet. And then a lot of the rest of the teams are 1-2. There's really no 2-win teams. So there's a ton of decent teams, I'd say. Atlanta, us. Actually, Detroit is up there. Detroit is 2 wins and 0 losses. It's high. Detroit could be 3-0. And I hated that game yesterday from the moment I woke up. We haven't been getting any pass rush, 0 sacks in our 3 games. We have basically no playmakers, and when we needed a big play and a catch to keep the game alive 2 consecutive weeks in a row, we just didn't have it available. So I hated that game going into it. I think at this time of the year, given our injuries and given the style of play of the teams we've played against, I mean, they're not great teams that we lost to, but they had all their key guys in position against us, and we certainly did not. I would take Kenny Golladay, Marvin Jones, Hockenson, Kerryon Johnson, any of those guys on the other side of the offense. I would take that situation over the Eagles right now. Same things with Julio Jones and things like that. I would take any of those situations right now over the Eagles situations. So can we stay relevant long enough? That's the question. Can we stay relevant long enough to get some key guys back in key spots? If not, this could be a long, long year. We have a stretch coming up with after we We have the Packers and the Jets. Then we have a stretch of 3 straight road games. Shouts to the Ultimate Tailgate and the Giuffre family. Hopefully they got their tailgate thing going on, raising money to, basically revamp the sickest tailgate out there. But we're going with them to Buffalo. But they have a stretch. Eagles have a stretch where they have 3 straight road games, and it could get ugly. And then when we come home, you have Seattle, Chicago, New England, guys like that. We play Dallas somewhere. So it could get ugly. I don't think it will. The Eagles are known historically to kind of play down to lesser opponents and then kind of puff up when it comes to playing the better teams. We should get guys back. I don't really think it was the team on the other side. It was a lot of self-inflicted wounds. I'm not going to blame Carson. I will blame the 7 drops yesterday. And basically spot them 7 on a kickoff return. That just can't happen. The Detroit Lions had the worst special teams coming into this game. We were looking to win there. I was looking to get an X play on special teams because I didn't think we would get an X play on offense. We've been doing a lot of dink and dunk. There's really no big play threat when you're missing this many key guys. Sanders was great downfield as a receiver. He coughed the ball up twice and gave them a short field. So between the kickoff return, 2 short fields. And then there was also a situational football miscue, which I feel like Schwartz is on the bad end of this all the time. It was 20-10 Lions going into halftime. We actually received, and they got the ball to start the half, which sucked. So we were down 10, and Detroit had the ball. Stopped them. We scored, bring the game to 20-17 within 3 points, and then the defense touchback. The defense allows a 75-yard drive to get him back up 10 right after we get within 3. That kind of shit simply just can't happen. Luckily for us, we got a score, got back within 3, stopped them. Obviously went for it on 4th and down with a lot of time left in all of our timeouts left. Went for it. We had the ball with probably 4 minutes in the ball with all our timeouts. Basically, Doug's theory there is if we don't get this 4th down, we have to stop them anyway and not let them get a first down. So it really doesn't matter where they are on the field. And if Detroit kicks a field goal there, they're only up 6. So we go for it on 4th and down 3, don't get it. Timeout. They're running the ball in that situation. Detroit goes to kick a field goal, as you know, to go up 6. So it would have been a 1-score game. We blocked the field goal. Great return. Looking to get the ball within the 30, within the 20. But there's a block in the back. Eagles get the ball at midfield. And on 2 consecutive drives, they only accrue about 13 or 14 yards, I think it was. So 2 drives in a row, down 3, you get 14 stinking yards. Really, all you got to do, they're playing to win the game there. Doug's going to be very aggressive. They're not going to settle for 3 to force overtime. But, man, they do not have any guys who can catch the football. And you don't have your big back out there. I know you don't really want to run in that situation, but really you just need a couple first downs. On the first set, you do have all your timeouts. You can kind of run a 4-minute offense. On the last drive, you kind of are straight passing, running a 2-minute offense. So very frustrating. But if you look around the league and you look at teams getting blown out and stuff, that's not us. We're in it every game. I hate that narrative. I really do. And I really do think that you at least come out 1-1 if you have players here that can play. And it's been an issue. I thought it was with the Eagles medical staff. It's been an issue in the entire city. So I'm going to take this time to call out. I don't know who these guys partner with and who these big, hospital. I don't know if it's, NovaCare Complex and, Rothman and medical and team staff. I mean, between the Phillies losing like 10 bullpen arms this year and the Eagles not even being able to start the season this year with no preseason to get injured from. It's just unexplainable. We saw the schedule before it came out, and we saw these early games. We really thought this team would get off to a quick start. They came off sluggish in the first quarter in the first 2 games, corrected it in the second game, but allowed a huge kickoff return. So a team that historically under Doug Peterson can't get off to quick starts, play some middle-of-the-road teams early in the season, can't get off to a quick start in-game, can't get off to a quick start schedule-wise, and here we are, 1-2, facing 1-3 in the face, and I really don't know what to do. Honestly, myself and Doom have a great record going to games. We didn't go in the game yesterday, so you can really only blame it on yourself. I'm not going to blame it on other people. But it's a shame because we've got a lot of road games coming up. And it's going to come down to the end of the year when it's ice cold. And I think we're going to be kind of got to hover around 500 and hope to make a push late in December. I think they're putting a lot of their players on the pitch count. So all you people are like, run the ball, Jordan Howard more. The last 3 games have been over 80 degrees, and he's just over 6 foot, 250 pound back. Saul Peters can't finish a game at all, and they're playing speed, they're playing pass to get ahead, and they're gonna run the ball with the lead. Haven't had the lead much in any of these games at all. Been playing from behind for the majority of it. So kind of takes your Jordan Howard role out. I think that's where they see him, and I think they're going to ride him come December. But you have to get to December first. So I don't disagree with you guys, but it's really, really stinking hot back there. They have more athletic backs. They have Sproles out there a lot. Sanders out there a lot. And, again, he was great in the passing game. We saw empty back sets they ran. They had him out wide. He got downfield. Maybe put him out there in the slot with Ertz, Goddard. And Goddard had a horrible drop yesterday. But you got to put your best players out there, regardless of position right now, because we're very, 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 very thin. And we have J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. You basically draft this guy to make those contested catches. This may be good for the team in the long run. Paying Carson all that money, you're going to have to build through the draft and get playmakers through the draft. You're not going to be able to pay like marquee guys like Alshon, Ertz, and Sean Jackson. I mean, these guys are all veterans making big money. I mean, there's going to come a time where you're going to have no-name guys. Carson's played really well. He's operated the offense really well. I don't blame this on Carson at all. I could blame the slow starts against Carson, but not yesterday at all. He's playing with guys, and honestly, you got to get these guys coached up and ready to go. We really don't have much time left, and I can't believe I'm saying it, and I'm gonna think of the glass half full, but it's looked like Aaron Rodgers has been a bit of a game manager, and the defense is pretty good. Defense just haven't hold us back from moving the ball. Again, it hasn't been the other team. It's not like the Lions, instead of playing the Lions or Tom Brady, I don't think these games would have gone any differently. We've been playing teams tight. We're not getting blown out in any games, so it really doesn't matter on the other side. It's come down to us. It's come down to execution. And man, if there's some miracle shot, we can beat Green Bay, have the Jets at home, and can, maybe get back to 500. I'm dreaming here, but we got to get We got to get a couple wins within these next 3 games for sure. So, enjoy your week. Got a short week, quick week. I'll try and hit you back before Thursday and talk a little bit more about these games and matchups and the Packers. Maybe get the gambling out the way. Haven't been doing well with the gambling. It's hard beginning of the year. College is hard too. Trying to see who's who and who's good and who's for real. But we'll get back to you with all that stuff and who we like. And again, very depressing Monday. Fly, Eagles, fly.